welcome. I'm Lauren Lewis with Power for Parkinson's. Welcome to our Young Onset Circuit Training class. Just to remind you, this is an energetic workout meant for people with mild symptoms of Parkinson's. We will be exercising for about 45 minutes standing, and we will be getting on and off the floor. So please be safe. Make sure you have a chair nearby if you need it for safety and for assistance. There are a few exercises that we'll be doing that you may want the chair nearby for balance assistance as well, so you can complete the exercise safely. Please make sure that you are warmed up before we get going. If you are not, turn that video off right now. Go find one of our warm-up videos in our library or do something on your own for about 4 minutes or so to get your heart rate and your blood circulation going to make sure that you are safe and prepared for exercise. For today's exercise class, you may want to have some light weights. It is a high repetition exercise circuit, so you may want to be careful not to hold anything too heavy, but something that you can do for a minute, actually, exactly a minute, because our circuit consists of 6 exercises, each done for a minute. If you don't have weights, you can, of course, do everything without a weight, or you can use maybe some water bottles or some cans from your kitchen. As long as they're the same size and same weight, that will work out perfectly. So I think we've covered all of our bases. If you are warmed up, come on and join me. I'm ready to get going. Our first exercise of our 6 is a full body exercise. It's a caterpillar with a cross hip tap and a push-up. I threw that in right in the beginning because I'm throwing in all my favorite exercises: caterpillars, push-ups, and a plank. So here's what I mean by that. A caterpillar is standing nice and tall. Your arms are fully extended over your head. You drop down to touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, bend your knees. Fine, not a problem. Walk your hands out into a full plank position. Once you're in a plank position, your hands are underneath your shoulders. You're going to try to stabilize your body and touch each hip, crossing over, and then widen those arms just a little and come on down for the push-up and push away. Walking your hands back will complete the caterpillar. This can be done modified using a chair. If you're going to use the chair, you're not going to walk forward. You're actually going to go the opposite. Standing nice and tall, reaching down to the chair, step one leg at a time back into your plank. Now you continue on just as I had on the floor. Touch each side, and then your push-up is right here and push away. Walk your legs back in and stand. Please remember, a push-up is a push-up. You're supposed to be pushing up. It's not about how low you go, so don't try to hit the ground. You want to be good to your shoulder rotators. You want to make sure that you are working at your level where you are safe. I'm going to put on my music. We're going to put on our clock, our 60-second clock, and we're going to start off with our first exercise, the caterpillar cross hip tap with a push-up. Here we go. Full arm. Bend those knees if you need to. Walk it down. Tap your hips. Nice and easy, and push away and walk it back. Bend your knees and come on up. Now, as I said, this is a full body. We're working, once we're down here, we're working core. By touching our hips, we're working hip stabilizers and shoulders, and this is all chest and arms, down and up. Coming back with straight legs or not, you're working hamstrings and glutes. It's full. We're halfway through. Are you loving this? This is one of my favorite exercises because it really does use everything. If you don't have time to do a full body exercise workout, this is the one. Do this, and I promise you'll still get the benefits as if you were working for an hour. We only have a few more seconds left. How are we doing? 3, 2, and 1. Wasn't enough time for me to go into another one. All right, so that's our first exercise. Good for you. Really warming up, getting our body going, getting our heart rate up. Second exercise is all about our legs and our upper back. We're going to do a wall squat. I'm going to grab my weights for this one and do a wall squat. A wall squat is a seated position. You're in a position as if you were in an invisible chair. Your back is flat against the wall. Your knees are bent 90 degrees. You can go a little higher if you need to. I'm going to ask you to hold those weights or your hands against the wall, and you're going to bring them all the way up into a Y, not overhead, into a Y. While you're doing that, think about pushing your upper back down and towards your hips. So you're not squeezing in, you're pushing down, and then you come back down again. Holding that wall squat, you're going to love and feel all those large muscles in your quadriceps and legs. Music's coming on, 30 seconds already. 50 seconds, 60. Here we go, 60 minutes, 60 seconds. Up and down. Modification for this, you can do this seated in a chair. Same exercise, seated in a chair. Keep going. If you're going to do it in a chair, you don't have to use the wall. Just use the back of the chair. Feel where your back is, sitting nice and tall. Push away into a Y. Push those shoulder blades against the wall, against the chair, up and down. Using all those large muscles in the leg and upper back. Halfway through, how we doing? Good, my legs are starting to feel that burn. This is why I do this one. I love that. Keep pushing through it. Feel your back working. Full body. Your shoulders are also engaged, of course. If you're using those weights, just a few more seconds, stay with it. You're doing great. And time. Nice job. All right, stay standing. You're going to grab 1 or 2 weights, that's your choice. We're going to do a figure 8. We're going to be doing a rotation of a figure 8 standing with an alternating knee lift. I'm going to ask you to hold that weight in front of you. And you're going to row or figure 8 from one side to the other, and your shoulder height as opposed to down here. So it's a little different than maybe what you're used to, but you're going across that body, right and left, and I want you to lift the leg that you're going toward. Okay, so that's the alternating leg. Because you're on one leg, you may want to have that chair nearby just for balance and safety if you need it. You'll have it right there so you can grab it if you need it, okay? All right, music's coming on. I'm going to get that out of the way so you can see me better. Music's on, timer's on. Here we go, figure 8. Now, this exercise is working different muscles than it looks like it's working. This is a lot of core. We're working obliques by using those, by twisting and going toward each side. We're also working on legs, lifting up those legs nice and high, hamstrings, quadriceps, and glutes. And shoulders. So again, we're working more shoulders. Halfway through, use and turn those arms, turn your trunk. Figure 8. Woo, lost my balance. How about you? Almost done. Lift that leg a little higher now for our last 5 seconds. 4. And 1. Nice job. All right, now we're going to hit the floor for bicycles. Bicycles are one of my favorite core exercises because it really uses your entire core. I'm going to have you get on the floor here. I do bicycles slightly differently than maybe you've learned in the past from other people. The way I like to do them is a little more controlled. I like one leg is bent, one leg is extended. If that's difficult for you, just bend one leg and keep the other one down. That's fine. The opposite elbow comes up while the leg and elbow, same side, stays flat on the floor. That's going to control and keep your hips down, and that's going to control all that and stabilize your hip area. So we're forcing those abdominals to pull in. Think about pulling your belly button in. Think about going slow and controlled. I think you're going to find it's a little different than what you're used to, and you may find it's a little harder than you're used to, and you may find it's a lot more fun than you're used to. So let's go. Timer on. Bicycle. Reach. Make sure your belly button pulls in each time. And again, that leg does not have to be up in the air. It can be on the floor. Stay at your level. It's a full minute. Stay with it. Try to reach. You never have to touch the knee either. That's another fallacy. You don't have to touch the knee in a bicycle. You just have to aim toward the knee. Push your belly button down each time you lift. Feel those abs really working. Head up, chin up. Try not to squeeze your chin down. Almost done. 10 seconds. And time. All right, roll yourself up. Before you get up, let's make sure that we get up nice and safely. Come on, all fours. Take your stronger leg. That's usually your right leg for most of you. Hands on that leg. Lift yourself up in a safe, nice, safe way of getting off the floor, making sure your head is above your heart, right? Okay, next exercise is all about the legs, and we're gonna hold one weight if you want to. This is a reach lunge. This is all about legs. It's about strengthening and using those quadriceps and glutes together. I'm gonna have you hold the weight in the opposite leg that's going forward. So here we go. Reach lunge, reach to the floor, touch that toe. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle, not in front of that toe, right here. And then you're gonna push away with your heel and come back. Switch hands, other leg comes forward, reach nice and far in front of that toe and pull back. This is kind of basic and straightforward. If you want that chair nearby, or do it next to the wall for safety. All right, timer and music on. Are we good? Here we go. Reach lunge. Reach nice and far and push back. Now you can make this cardio, but let me just warn you, the next exercise is cardio. So you may not want to. You may want to take this nice and slow and controlled. Coming down, pushing off your heel to add the glutes. Coming down, use those quads, pushing away, glutes, and reach. All right, halfway through, I'm feeling pretty good. I know I can do this one. Try to keep your head above your chest when you're reaching. Don't drop down. Nice and tall, looking at me, I'm watching. Almost done. And one, yay! Okay, last exercise is all about cardio. We want to get that heart rate up. We want to feed the brain lots of blood and oxygen. And we want to trigger all those fast twitch, slow twitch muscles. So we're going to do a shuffle or a suicide, depending on what you like to call it. So we're going to shuffle all the way to one side, touch the floor without dropping your head, and then shuffle all the way over to the other side and touch. So it's kind of a run. You can do this like this. You don't have to run. Just take fast steps, stop and touch the floor. When you touch the floor, your head's got to be up. I don't want you to get dizzy on me. All right, last exercise in our circuit of 6. Here we go. Head up. You can speed this up and slow it down. You can go really quick both sides and then slow it down. You can go all out. Do what works for you. Stay at your pace, not mine. This is where you really are looking up all the time to see where that timer is, Well, don't worry, we're just at 30, we're going past. Halfway through, keep with me. You're doing great. Woo! Say woo with me. Woo! 10 seconds, we're almost done. You got it, come on. You got this, you got it. Almost done. Last 5. And 1. Woo! Walk it off, grab some water. Nice job. Help me out, let's get our heart rate down together. Deep inhale, slow exhale. 2 more times, deep inhale, slow exhale. All right, you do that on your own. Well, I'll explain our second round. Same exercises. This time I want you to focus, instead of just on the form and the exercise, I want you to focus on the benefit for Parkinson's symptoms. So our first exercise, the caterpillar with the cross, hip and push-up, is all about range of motion. This part is important. The plank is important. Full range of motion. The crossing of the hip uses both sides of your brain. That's important. And I've been told by many people that the push-up really helps break falls. So that's important. All those All those benefits. Keep that in mind as we do our next round for the caterpillar. All right, I'm putting our music and timer on. Come on and join me. Reaching up, come on down, full range of motion. Here's what I mean, full range. Everything is lengthened, and push with your palms. Come on back. Range of motion, full extension. Cross those hips, using the entire brain, and push away. Also, quite a lot of balance, which is another symptom that we don't realize even. It's probably one of the first symptoms people find with their Parkinson's. So we're working on balance as well here in that plank position, and when we're on one arm at a time. Almost done. Woo! And we're done. I cheated. I didn't go into my last one because I knew we were just about out of time. All right, nice job. First exercise, our next exercise is the wall squat. This is, as I said, great for your legs, great for your upper back and shoulders. Parkinson's benefit, posture. We're working all those muscles in your upper back, taking away from that rounded Parkinson's posture, lifting up, opening up the chest, strengthening the upper back. So that in mind, exaggerate that motion. Think about form, but exaggerate the motion. Here we go. 90 degrees, make a Y. Pull your shoulder blades down. Feel that muscle pushing against the wall and pushing down. Now, if you're not feeling anything in your legs and you want to, come on down a little lower. But make sure your lower back stays plastered against the wall. You don't want to push away from the wall. Stay right here. Remember, it's an invisible chair. Shoulder blades are pushing down and in. All right, halfway through. You're doing great. Stay with me. You can do this. It's only a minute. Actually, it's even less than that, right? Woo! Oh, legs are starting to burn. I love it. 10 seconds and we're done. Make that Y. Abs are tight. And we're done. Nice work. Gently come off the wall, bring your legs back in, push yourself away. Nice job. All right. Next is our figure 8 with the alternating knee. The Parkinson's benefit here is actually we're working on rigidity. Some people become very rigid in their upper body. So we're working on a more fluid motion. That's what that's about. While we're strengthening our shoulders, while we're strengthening our core and abdominals. But the additional benefit is doing this on one foot, alternating feet, which is balance. Again, very, very common symptom. Concentrate, focus on some of those things in addition to your form. Let's go. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's go. Good, and if you want to really exaggerate, try to get that whole body twisting from the trunk, leaving your knees straight ahead. And you're going to feel a nice little warmth in those shoulders. You're welcome. Halfway. You're doing great. When you focus on the movement instead of just the form, don't you find it changes what you do? Good. Almost done. Here we go. The last few seconds. And time. Great job. Nice work. Weights down. We're hitting the floor for the bicycle. The bicycle, once again, is all about your core, which means we're working balance. The stronger your core is, the better your balance can be. But we're also working on going toward the opposites. And whenever you're working opposites, that's gait. We're working on gait, making a more casual, natural gait where your right arm and left leg move together. So we're working on balance and gait. All right, here we go. Timer on. Bicycles. Make sure that opposite elbow stays on the floor to force that hip stabilization. Chin is up. Try not to go too fast. Try to slow it down a little and get a little more muscular here. Working on the six-pack. Try not to push your head with your fingers or with your hands. Your head moves nice and easily without being pushed. You don't have to touch that knee. Don't worry about that. Not important. Belly button is pulling into the floor. That's important. Push your way with that other leg. Here we go. 10 seconds. Almost done. I'm loving it. And time. Roll those knees into you. Come on back up. Using your stronger leg in front. Lift up. Get ready for your reach and lunge. We're back to gait again. We want to take those legs and not just reach forward, but we're working on large, extended legs, so getting away from those small Parkinson's shuffling legs. So we want to make sure that we're reminding the brain to take big, long steps. And once again, using the opposite arm, contralateral. Timer on, music on. Here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg, touch the floor. Now think about making it even bigger this time. Ready? Go even further in front. Great job. Even further on front and this side. Yes. Keep going. Nice and big each time. It's not just about reaching. It's about really reaching. I'm going to turn a little sideways so you can see. There we go. Head stays tall. Don't go too fast. How are we doing? So far, so good? Keep working on those really large legs. Really big steps that will also improve your strength. Just a few more seconds. And time. Super. All right, we made it almost through our entire sixth circuit. The last one is the shuffle or suicide with the floor taps. This one, again, it's all about speed, cardio, getting your heart rate up, but also one of the things that many people experience is just a slowing of the body, slower steps, slower motions, slower voice even. So we're reminding the brain, reminding the body to move quickly. And then we're actually stopping and slowing it down. So we're reminding the brain to move quickly when we need it and to slow down when we need it. Think about that. Exaggerate the fast part. Slow that slower part down. So you're really reminding the brain how to work. Here we go. Play around with this one. Get your heart rate up. Here we go. And again, you can play with this. This is for you. So you can just take it up the whole time. Big steps, in fact, 2 each side like me, or you can take it smaller steps right here like this. Your choice. Work at what works for you, but you want to make sure you're moving quicker and slower. That's the important part for this particular exercise. A little less to remember or to think about on this one, so the time may go a little slower. That's okay. It's the same minute as everything else. 10 seconds. Woo! You've got it now. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Give yourselves a hand, walk it off. We have one more round. Oh my goodness. I need some water. How about you? Let's grab some water. Let's get that heart rate down. You don't want to go right into the caterpillars when your heart rate's this high. So bring it down nice and easy. The next round, my favorite round, I say it every week because this is the brain game. The next exercise, each exercise, in addition to thinking of form, in addition to thinking of the benefits for Parkinson's symptoms, now I want you to think about something completely different. Our caterpillars, a lot of people, kids, some of your kids may be graduating from high school or college in the next month or so. So I want you to think about things that many kids do after they graduate. And obviously there's some go on to more school, but there's a million other things they may do before that or instead of that. So come up with as many as you can for that whole minute. All right, I've done my homework. I did this yesterday, so I am ready. Here we go. Timer on. Think about using all those muscles. Don't forget the hip taps and pushing with your palms. And what are kids doing after they graduate high school or college? Or maybe you've got kids that are graduating kindergarten. What are they doing this summer? Try to get full range of motion here. Full range. Are you staring at the clock the whole time? You should not be. You should be thinking about what kids are doing. Woo! 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll up. Nice job. All right. Catch your breath. The next exercise are your wall squats. Now I want you to think, you're gonna love this one. This one just comes, this is a natural one. You're gonna come up with a million of these. I want you to be in your wall squat, working on your upper body, shoulders, while you're thinking of reasons that people should exercise. What are some good reasons for people to exercise? You must be able to do at least 2 minutes of those. Okay, timer's going on. Here we go. Shoulders against that wall, knees bent. Okay, why should people exercise? Nice big Y. Shoulders and hips against that wall. Try not to come off the wall. I know why I exercise. Why do you? Why should you? Even more importantly, right? Stay with it. You're doing great. Halfway through already. Doesn't it help to think of something completely different? Or no? I like this one. I feel like I'm really opening up my chest and abdominals in addition to strengthening my back. And of course, as I said, my legs are shaking. 10 seconds. And time. Come off that wall safely, careful. Hold on to those weights. The next exercise we're gonna do is the figure eights. Make sure those arms are nice and high and that you're twisting on one leg. And how about we think of presidents? You don't have to go in order. You don't have to just name the one you like. You can just presidents. See if you can come up with a minute's worth of presidents. And if you're not from the United States, think of prime ministers or whatever it is that your homeland has. All right, timer's on, music is on. Standing tall, same leg as the side that you're figure eighting on, that you're rowing on. Try to twist that upper back, nice and big. Hold on to your balance. Presidents. You think you know them all, they're really easy. There's 40 what? A bunch of them. 46, 47. But when you have to really think of them, it gets a little harder, right? On the spot. You can't name them twice unless they've been president twice. Almost done. Lift those legs nice and high. Think about gait. 5 seconds to go. You're doing great. And time. Super. All right, hit the floor for our bicycles. While we're bicycling, I'd like you to think about what you had for dinner last night. All right, you got it? If it was soup, you better say what was in the soup, because I'd like you to spell what you had for dinner last night. Every time you come up with your elbow to your knee, you're going to spell it out. And if you have the time, spell it backwards. All right? Get that brain going. Here we go. On the ground, Music is on, timer's on, go! This one may take some thinking, so I'll be quiet. Halfway through, if this is really getting to you, if you notice, sometimes I'll just hold it for 2 counts to slow it down a little so I'm not going too fast. It's another alternative. Almost done. You've got it. Come on. Stay with it. You got it. Just a few more seconds. And time. Roll up. Come on, join me up. Standing up again, one leg in front of the other. Reach lunge. Grab your weight. This time I would like you to think about taking large steps. I'd like you to think about using that opposite arm. I'd like you to think about touching the floor. And I want you to think about things that you often run out of in your home. I'll give you a hint. Because of COVID, a lot of people ran out of toilet paper. But there's a list of things that you normally, just things that you run out of, you use often. So come up with that list while we're working. Maybe come up, each time you touch the floor, come up with another one. Or just say them randomly, as many as you can, all right? Here we go. Music's on, timer's on. Nice big steps. Opposite hand to the floor, to the opposite toe. Bigger steps. Lower. Head up. Halfway through. Now don't be surprised tomorrow if your butt is sore. This one sneaks up on you. Doesn't feel like it's a butt exercise or a glute exercise, but it is. It's very definitely a strong glute exercise. And it does sneak up on you. Almost done. And we're done. Take that weight, put it away. Last exercise. Last exercise, I don't want you to think about anything except that you're almost done. I want you to think about going fast, changing your speed. I want you to think about what a great job you did today, because this is our last exercise of our 6. Let's take it. Here we go. Shuffle across. Hit the floor. By the way, just as another added benefit, this is also a glute exercise, because look what you're doing. You're squatting. Squatting is quadriceps and glutes. Make sure you're squatting back so your knees are not going over your toes. You're welcome. Woo! Yeah, we're wooing. Woo! How are we doing? Just a few more seconds, I promise. That timer's on. Look up. You're doing great. Almost done. And you did it. You did it. I did it. You did it. We did it. Great job. Walk it off. Wipe it off. Grab some water. Thank yourself for doing such a good job. Pat yourself on the back. You did great. This was a tough one. This one really gets your heart rate up. We got a full body workout in, and good for us. I'm going to pull over this chair, and we're just going to cool it down and stretch it out. All right. You never want to just stop exercise. You're really important. Just as important as it is to warm up before you start exercising, it's just as important also to cool down and stretch. So let's start off with those large muscles. I'm going to grab hold of my foot from behind and stretch here. Or if it's better for you, you can take that leg, the same leg I was just holding, bring it behind you, down either to the floor, and bring your body forward, and you're going to feel a nice stretch here. Bring it back rather, without arching or overstretching or stressing your back. Stay right here. Hold it nice and even, or as I said, here. Good. And when you want to do a stretch, is really just a pull, unless it's done for at least 15 seconds. So stay with me. We're going to switch legs now. Same exact exercises we just did. Your choice. You can do it by grabbing hold of your toe from behind and pushing that knee toward the floor. Or you can do it the other way with that leg behind you. Hold on while I'm talking. Just stay in the position that works best for you. And you can pull slightly up and forward with your hips, and that will lengthen all those muscles also very safely and great for you. Just hold it right here for a few more seconds. You want to try to get somewhere near 15 seconds and hold. Well, I'm still trying to catch my breath. I hope you are too. All right. Gently and carefully come on up. I'm going to take one leg and bring it behind. Don't worry, we're going to do it on the other side too, so I'm not going to tell you right or left. Take that leg down to the floor. Your heels are down. You're going to stretch forward and feel a nice stretch in your calf. So we're working calf right here. Come as far forward as you can, and you're going to feel a nice stretch. From all that shuffling, you want to make sure your calf is lengthened and stretched. Good. Hold it right here just for a few more seconds. Good. And now we're going to reverse that. We're going to take same position, exactly where we were. Nothing moves except your hips. Hips come back, and now your heel is on the floor. Now we're going to work the back, your hamstrings and glutes of the opposite leg. Sitting back, make sure your body weight is leaning forward, not bending forward, and we'll hold it here. While we're holding it, let's do a little vocal strengthening. So let's just say ooh for about 10 seconds. Ready? Ooh. All right, let's switch our legs. We're doing the exact same exercise we did. We're going to start off with that back leg calf stretch. I'm just leaning into it, trying to stretch out that calf nice and long. Hold it right here, deep breath in and out. Try to really feel that calf lengthening. In and out. Good. All right, let's reverse it by shifting the weight back. Your heel is down, toe is up. You're going to feel this from the back of your leg now and your glute. You're leaning instead of bending. And we'll say ooh again. Ooh. And gently release. All right. Continuing on, warming up. Let's continue stretching out rather. Let's continue stretching full body, upper body. So let's bring your arms in front, chin down, stretching that upper back. All those Y's we were doing against the wall, we want to lengthen those muscles. So let's say ah now together. Ah. Good, all right. That feels so good. And we're going to reverse that stretch by opening the palms up, looking nice and evenly up to the sky. Try not to squeeze your neck, just lift open. Feeling a nice stretch in your shoulders and your chest. And if that works for you, or if you want to increase that, you can grab hold from behind, opening up those muscles just a little more. And let's say, ah. Ah. Great job. All right. So let's just do a full body stretch, coming all the way up to the top of your toes. Feeling every muscle in your lower body. Feel your calves, your toes, your quadriceps, your glutes. Feel your knees getting a little tighter. Everything is lengthening and tightening. Let's bring those arms all the way overhead. Now we're stretching out our abdominals, our lower back, your upper back, your chest, your shoulders. Lengthen all those muscles. Feel your arms lengthening and lifting. Your fingers are extending, and everything is contracting and lifting as high as you can. Keep breathing, keep lifting, keep stretching. A little higher. Woohoo! A little higher. We're also working balance, right? A little higher. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to your heels. Slowly and gently bring those arms down. Good. Shake it all out. Relax all those muscles. Bring your arms all the way overhead one last time. We're going to end with a big yay because you did a great job. You really worked hard with me this morning, and thank you. End with a big yay with me. Yay! All right, we we did it. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This was great. I really appreciate you working out with me in the mornings, and hope you have a great, safe week. Please remember, if you enjoyed the class, give us a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, there's a little blue box on the bottom that says subscribe now. If you will press that button, it won't cost you a cent, but it will help other people find us more readily. So I appreciate that. Thank you all. Have a great week. I will see you.